Welcome, friends, to Season 2 of Kids Place, where kids come to play, learn, achieve, create, and explore. I'm Mr. Hearn, and this is my co-host,
Mrs. Day. Let's sing our hello song.
Hello, friends. How are you? We're very happy to see you. Greet your neighbor, boogie on down. Give a bump and turn around. Kids Place friends, I'm not sure if you remember, but we use conscious discipline in St. Mary's County Public Schools, and a big part of conscious discipline is our calming strategies. And in order to keep ourselves calm and ready, we use breathing strategies. And I have 4 of them posted here, and we're going to go back to the very first one we taught you last season, and that is the STAR breath. And STAR stands for smile, take a deep breath, and relax on the exhale. Now remember, when you breathe in, you're taking a belly breath. So your belly is actually going to come out, and on the exhale, it will go in. And in order for your brain to be truly ready, you need to do 3 deep breaths. Are you ready to practice?
I'm ready.
Smile. Take a deep breath. Relax your body and relax. Smile. Take a deep breath and relax. And our third one, smile, take a deep breath, and relax. Now we're ready. Hi, boys and girls. We have a very special episode for everyone today. We're going on a field trip to the St. Mary's County Fair. I am so excited to show you all the fun activities there. The yummy treats, the very sweet farm animals. We're going to learn all about the history of the entire St. Mary's County Fair and how it became so big. Let's go! everybody! I'm having a great time at the St. Mary's County Fair. And I'm here with Mr. Jay Farrell. Can you introduce yourself to our Kids Place viewers?
Sure. I'm Jay Farrell. I'm the general manager at the fair. I've been a participant in coming to the fair for 50-some years and just been part of our family tradition for years.
Please tell us about this cool building with all of these fun tractors.
Yep, we're in the Farm and Museum building located at the end of the fairgrounds, on the fairgrounds straightaway or the main drag, and it's a building that is full of all antique tractors and antique tools and stuff that's been in people's farms and families for years, and it's here on display for everyone to see what history has been.
And if I invite my friends to the fair, can you tell us what kinds of fun things that we kids can do here at St. Mary's County Fair?
Sure. There's plenty of things around. We have pony rides, we have a kids tractor pull, we have a horse pull, you can go through the arts and crafts building, you can go through the different displays, the 4-H building, the educational building, and then we also have the amusement rides in the back for anyone to enjoy themselves.
That sounds
plenty
like
of good food.
Fun. And I hear lots and lots of animals. Can you tell me what animals are here for us to see?
Sure. We have cattle, we have hogs, we have sheep, and goats, and rabbits, and chickens. And we have some Clydesdale horses here, and we have a 4-H horse show out in the ring. So we have a little bit of all kinds of animals here, big and small.
And did I hear that there's a parade?
Yes, it is. It's tomorrow at 10 o'clock. It takes place on Saturday during the fair, and we'll have marching bands and fire trucks and anyone that wants to be in the parade.
This really is a fun place to visit. Thanks for sharing with us today.
Thank you. Glad to talk to you.
All right, Kids Place friends, I am here with John Richards, the president of the St. Mary's County Fair. He's going to tell us a little bit about the history.
The history of the county fair. Well, you can go way back, but the current fair started in 1947, and it was at Camp Calvert in Leonardtown for 2 years. And then eventually we were able to get a lease on this property and start building the fairgrounds down here. In 1949, there was another fair that served the black community of St. Mary's, and that ran, it was called Farmers and Homemakers Fair, and it ran until 1963 when two fairs combined, and now it's just one fair. So we've been currently here doing this since 1947. However, there were other little fairs that popped up. I saw information about one that was 1926. I don't have a lot of information on that, and we have some information about 1915, 16 time frame. The Xavier brothers did it at Leonard Hall School area, and that if you come to the fair and you go down to the Farm Museum, you will see a quilt that was entered in that fair, and they have the ribbon, the quilt, the entry tag, and everything, and pictures of the ladies that made the quilt. So very interesting history. We think we have a really nice fair here, but we don't judge.
So, Mr. Richards, how long have you been here with the fair?
Well, I started volunteering here sometime in the 1970s with 4-H, and then I've been president since 1984. So I'm going to keep going until I get it right.
Well, thanks for visiting with us, Mr. Richards. We really enjoyed speaking with you.
Thank you very much. Hope to see all of you kids at the fair.
Do you want to go to Hello there, Kids Place friends. We are blessed at the St. Mary's County Fairgrounds today to follow up Mr. Richards' talk with a very special guest from the University of Maryland. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself.
Well, good morning. It's great to be here. My name is Craig Beyrouti, and I serve as the Dean of the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources at the University of Maryland, and also provide oversight to the University of Maryland Extension, which is a statewide program heavily present here at St. Mary's County Fair.
Can you tell us a little bit about your exhibit that the viewers can come to see?
Oh, absolutely. So we have all sorts of competitions that the students have entered. 4-H kids. We've got vegetables, fruits, livestock. You name it, it's here. It represents the breadth of agriculture. And so this is really an exciting time where the young, the youth can actually showcase what they've been preparing all year round.
Well, we look forward to seeing all of those wonderful things here at the fair, and we thank you for joining us today at Kids Place.
Absolutely. It's wonderful to be here. Look forward to seeing a lot of people here at the fair.
Thank you.
You bet.
Hello, friends. I have a special surprise for you. We have a guest reader who is the English Language Arts Supervisor for Elementary Schools at St. Mary's County Public Schools. Mrs. Dvorak is going to be our guest reader today. Let's see what story she's going to read. I bet it's going to be about a cow.
Hello, my name is Miss Courtney Dvorak, and I'm the Supervisor of Instruction for Elementary ELA here in St. Mary's County Public Schools. And today we're going to read a fun story called Fair Cow by Leslie Helikoski. And this story is about a cow named Effie who dreams of being a state fair champion, and her friend Petunia helps her along the way. Fair Cow. Effie dreamed of being a state fair cow. She loved living on the farm, grazing in the fields, and giving milk every day. But still, she dreamed of being beautiful, of billowing blue ribbons and big, bodacious barns. The fair was coming up soon, and luckily her friend knew just what to do. "You're already pretty as a pie," said Petunia. "But if you want to go to the fair, you need to get gussied up a bit." "What do we do first?" asked Effie. "First, we have to get you in shape," said Petunia. "What's wrong with my shape?" asked Effie. "Nothing a little exercise won't fix," said Petunia. Effie did her best. "Can I exercise in the pasture?" Petunia shook her head. "Too windy," she said. "Just look at your hair." "What's wrong with my hair?" asked Effie. "Nothing a few curlers won't fix," said Petunia. "Ouch!" Effie said, and headed for the door. "It's so nice outside. Can I sit in the sun?" Petunia pulled her inside. "Nope. The sun isn't good for your spots." "What's wrong with my spots?" asked Effie. "Nothing a little hair dye won't fix," said Petunia. "Can I go to the pond for a drink?" asked Effie. Petunia gave her a water bottle. "Too messy," she said. "We have to take care of your hooves." "What's wrong with my hooves?" asked Effie. "Nothing a little paint won't fix," said Petunia. Effie swished flies away from the wet paint. "I've been meaning to talk to you about that tail," said Petunia. "What's wrong with my tail?" asked Effie. "Nothing a little glue won't fix," said Petunia. "Can I still use my tail to shoo flies?" asked Effie. Petunia shook her head. "Too old old-fashioned, she said. We'll use fly spray. Are we done yet? Effie asked. Almost, said Petunia. You'll have to correct your walk on the way. What's wrong with my walk? Asked Effie. Nothing a little practice won't fix, said Petunia, walking Effie down the road. Step like this, and don't forget to smile, she called. Effie took a deep breath and set off toward the fair. When Effie arrived, she was escorted to the biggest barn she'd ever laid eyes on. Howdy do, said Effie to the other cows. She stared. You're all so beautiful. She looked up. Your hair is so high. She looked down. Your hooves are so shiny. She looked around. And your tails are so perfect. Effie sighed. She felt sick to all 4 parts of her stomach. Effie walked with the other cows to the show arena. Doesn't that breeze feel good? Effie asked. She stepped off the path. The cows gasped. It'll mess up your hair. Effie took a step into the field. The grass smells delicious. The cows shuddered. It'll make your teeth green. Effie took another step. There's fresh water in the pond. The cows cringed. It'll make your belly bloat. The cows shook their heads, hurried along the path, and asked each other, what is wrong with that cow? Effie grazed in the sunshine, cooled off in the mud hole, and drank from the pond. And then, with no one else around, she looked at herself and smiled. Effie clomped into the arena just in time for the judging. She picked the clover from her teeth, smiled at the judges, and said, Anybody want some fresh milk? The next day, Effie arrived back at the farm. She had dirt on her hooves, tangles in her hair, and a great big blue ribbon around her neck. Petunia cheered. Effie, you're a state fair cow. But how on earth did you do it? You're a mess. Effie grinned. Nothing a little Effie couldn't fix. The end. Thanks for reading with me today.
Hi, look where we are. We're at the goat stall at St. Mary's County Fair. And I have a special guest. Tell us who you are.
I'm Haley Hutmaker.
And what do you have here in the stall with you?
I have 3 goats.
You want to tell us their names?
The big one standing up is Line. We have Loki and Luna.
And did you say they're twins?
The 2 of them are twins.
Awesome. How do you raise goats?
Well, you feed them, you clean them, you walk them, so you can actually get ready for the fair here.
And where do you go to school?
Benjamin Banneker.
Oh, what grade are you in?
4th.
Awesome. Thanks for showing your goats today. This is so fun.
I'm here with Susie, who's going to tell us a little bit about the history of the farm animals here at the county fair.
Hi, I have been at the county fair since the time I was born. My grandfather was very active and on the fair board here. He raised Hereford cattle and had a passion for showing and the fair. So I have been here and showing since I was able to. My father did the same. I did. My children and my grandchildren are now getting ready to start showing animals. So the fair offers you, we have cattle, we have goats, sheep, pigs, anything you want to see. We also have some chickens and some rabbits in the building. It's a great thing for kids to do. 4-H is another great thing for kids to get involved in. If you love animals and want to come to the county fair and show, it's a fun thing.
How old do you have to be if you wanted to join 4-H and show an animal here?
If you wanted to join 4-H, you have to be 8 years old. Some clubs do have Clover clubs, which I think is 6 that you can come, but you're not eligible to show in 4-H. But you can always show an open class. There's no age limit for open class.
Very cool. Well, thank you for sharing that with us today. I'm here with another very special friend, Robert Lee, or better known as Shorty if you're a common fair goer, who's going to tell us a little bit about what it takes to show an animal here at the farm.
Basically, the kids usually start out as steers back in, get them around November, and they work with them all year long until September, and then they, I guess, train them where they can handle them and show them, and then they turn around and bring them here in September, and we take and show them against one another and place them, and then they get to sell that market animal at the sale on Saturday night, which is tomorrow night. That'll be at 6 o'clock, and everybody's welcome to come to the sale and buy animals and help support the 4-H kids. Now on the goats, sheep, and swine, them kids get the animals in May, they get tagged, and they work with them and raise them. They usually weigh about 40 pounds when they first weigh them in, and by the time they get to the fair in September, they weigh around 200, up from 200 to about 312. And they work with them and train them, and we kind of work with the kids throughout the year. The 4-H program does show them how to show the animals in the show ring, and then basically we end up doing the same thing, placing them from top to bottom, and then they end up selling the animals at the fair on the, like I say, on Saturday night at 6 p.m.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with us. That was all very interesting. We appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We had so much fun at the fair today, and my favorite animal that we saw was the cow. So I thought it might be a lot of fun to make a cow headband today. For this activity, you will need something to draw with, a pair of scissors, tape, stapler, or if you had a glue stick at home, that would also work. We have some assorted colored paper, but if you didn't have that, you could also use crayons, and then you're gonna need at least some white paper. Okay, so we're trying to make a headband around our heads, so Lynn, I'm gonna hand you this.
All right.
We didn't have a piece that would fit big enough around, so what we did is we cut a piece into two, and now we're gonna connect those two pieces to make a longer piece. So I'm gonna use the stapler, and Lynn's gonna show you how we might use tape for that. So you're just gonna line up the two edges, and you're either gonna tape it up, or you're gonna staple it. Once you have your two pieces together, if you're making this for yourself, you're gonna measure your own head, or if you're making it for your child, you will measure their head around to put it together, and then kind of mark that space and hold on to it. I'm gonna staple mine again, right there. Lynn's gonna tape hers together. Okay, so now that we have our headband, we need something else. Cows have ears. They have ears, so we need to make some ears for our cows. We're gonna use black, and I'm just gonna do something special here. We've talked about this before on the show. If we're ever making two of the same shape, we can fold our piece of paper in half.
And I noticed you're using scrap paper.
I am.
So
using
it's
scrap
always good to keep what you don't use
That's
for the
right.
next project.
Recycle it for something else. Okay, so I'm gonna take my marker and I'm gonna draw my ear shape. I'm gonna make a nice big ear. And then, always remember when you're cutting, Mr. Hearn,
Thumb on top.
open, shut, open,
Open,
shut.
shut.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut these out and I'm gonna share with Mr. Hearn.
And that helper hand is guiding and
That's right.
turning the paper as the other hand is doing all the work.
I'm gonna open it and cut that in half because I did it on the fold. There you go. Okay, so now I have my two ears and I'm gonna attach those to the front of my hat. Oh, actually, I think it's probably best if I cut the other shape first. So inside the cow's ear is a little bit of a different color. So we're going to use pink for that.
Okay.
So we're going to cut kind of the same shape, but a smaller one this time.
Okay.
So
I'll fold it in
I
half.
might even just trace the black one, but then I'm going to do something different. I'm going to cut inside my line instead of cutting on the line. So I'm going to use it as a guide.
Okay.
So I'm just going to cut just inside the line to make it a little bit smaller.
So the black one kind of acts like a frame around the pink.
That's right. Okay. Save my scraps for later. And then you want to overlap them so that the black is the background and the pink is the inside of its ear. I'm going to staple those together.
And I think I'm going to use your stapler.
Oh yeah. I like the stapler, it's a little faster. Okay, so now we have some black scrap paper here, and we're going to use that because cows aren't usually a solid color. They usually have spots. Spots, yeah. So we're just going to take our scissors and we're going to make just random kind of bubbly shapes. And we're going to cut those out. Or if you don't have scissors at home, you can also tear the paper.
Oh, let's do tearing today.
Yeah.
That's really good for your fingers
To
to
help
pinch.
strengthen those muscles. Yeah. Pinch and rip there.
It helps for your writing skills.
So we have some of those. All right, and again, you can attach these with either your tape, your stapler, or if you have glue. It's fun for the kids to just kind of use their imaginations. Okay, so I'm going to attach those to my hat. Okay, got a couple more on here. All right. Okay.
All right.
Once you have your spots where you want them, you attach your ears. What do you think? To the front or the back, Mr. Hearn?
Maybe on the side.
On the sides, I think that's a good idea. I'm going to use tape this time since you're using the stapler. I'll attach my ears on there. There you go. Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, did you come undone?
Yes.
That's okay. You can always use that stapler for extra reinforcement.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. Sorry, I think I made too many spots.
Oh, you can always.
But I'm having fun.
Yeah. Can't have too many spots. Here, I'll add a few more while you get your ears on. And there.
All right, one on each side. I have a few more spots left. I have a very spotted cow at the end. You know, if you wanted to practice your math skills, you could count your spots too.
You definitely could.
All right,
And
we're ready for
voila,
the
there
reveal.
we go. Cow hats.
Boo.
Thanks for joining us, boys and girls. We hope you'll be joining us for another show of The Kids' Place. We're gonna go ride some rides now. See you later. Okay. And we're actually riding.
I've never been on the Ferris wheel.
I've never been on the Ferris wheel.